Hey guys, right now it's about 1:42 a.m. April 16th, and as usual we cannot sleep, or at least I cannot sleep for the life of me. I'm going back to my old old schedule. Brian is working up a storm right now. He's backed up on work, so he is working through the night. Oh, I'm putting it on this Gerber thing, so it almost fell, but it didn't. I caught it. I know Brian's giving me that dirty look like, don't you try to break this camera for the 10th time. But I don't want to go into the room because my camera stand is in there and baby is sleeping, so I'm just gonna, deal with this and make sure that this doesn't get any crazy. Let's make it stable. All right, so no sleep and stressing out like crazy. You can see I am breaking out. Maybe because of all the stress lately. Yeah, so since I can't sleep, I'm just gonna respond to your comments here. I'm having some vodka and cranberry juice just to, relax myself a little bit so I can go to sleep. Hopefully that'll do, and Brian will take care of baby all morning tomorrow. So usually I wake up around 5:30 a.m. and take care of baby until like maybe 8, and he sleeps again, and then he wakes up around 10 or something like that, and he'll take care of him tomorrow. I need to rest. It's been a couple days, okay? It's just been too long, and I'm just going on some sort of energy right now, and it's just not good. All right, so let's continue with this. Tramley says, Jianmin, his bed is a little too high. He can easily use it to stand up in a month or two, or before you even know it. As a mother of two, looking at that makes me kind of worry. The bed stage it usually, or that bed stage it's usually for newborn. All right, so we already lowered the bed, and I already asked Brian to lower it one more level, so it's already lowered 2 levels. So he did that just yesterday or a few hours ago, because baby is starting to hold on the rails and on the top and pick himself up. Like he's just going to go ham at it, and he's just growing way too fast. So we did that, and it's much lower now. So I feel much better. But thanks for commenting and letting me know. It's very thoughtful and very helpful that we have all these concerns and things addressed on my page. As long as it's constructive, then I'm very glad to be open to it. T-Hun says, hi Anmin, you should try using coconut palm sugar for the coffee. It tastes really good. Ryan is so adorable. Cannot get enough of him. He looks like both of you. I will definitely try that out. I've been doing this Dalgona coffee for the past couple of days. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but he's been asking for it every single day. So who's the crazy one now? Like some days when I don't have it, he's like, oh, I can't work on some work because I don't have the coffee. So I'm like, okay, why don't you just ask me for it instead of making it like, going in circles. Anywho, Faith, Hope, Love says, hope you all stay healthy and safe. God bless y'all. Wow, your scooper is 7 months already. Congrats. Thanks. Yeah, it's so fast. Fancy says, anh Minh chúc mừng con trai em được 7 tháng. Chị nhắc nhở em phải rất cẩn thận, không nên để baby ở trên cao tại vì mấy đứa nhỏ rất nhanh. So, I think she's talking about putting the baby on the table with this thing. I know everyone has been saying he is super fast and like, moving a lot. And I am very like uncomfortable if Brian puts him on the edge like this, but when he's in the center of the table, it's pretty stable, and it's I'm comfortable with it. I know some people aren't, but for me, I'm okay. I did order a high chair because my friend bought us one, and I didn't want that one because it was too bulky for this place, and I just want to get rid of things and, you know, have minimal things in this household and something that would be, you know, open space for this place. So I got him a small high chair because he's gonna grow basically, and in replacement of the other one. I didn't want to just take their money and then just call it a day. I just invested in a chair with their money, and also adding to the budget of the chair. So it was a pricey penny, but babies are expensive, and we will do what we can to protect and make sure that baby is safe. So chair is going to come in sometime this week, and I'm going to test it out and see if it works for us. But thanks for letting me know. Charlie Haas says, wow, 7 months already, so fast. Yeah, I understand about situations with your parents. I was really shocked of what they did. When you mentioned in your previous vlogs, it's not right. Should protect their own kids. I know how you feel, and you have the right to put your foot down. You did the right thing. Be strong. I hope so. I hope so. Hoping for the best for everyone all around. So, yeah. Torley says, tội nghiệp baby, khóc cũng thật đáng yêu. So, yeah, he cries a lot, and it makes me really, really sad. It does not bother my husband at all. Like, this morning, or yesterday morning, I was trying to get in some sleep because I slept from 3 to 5 a.m. and I was trying to catch up here and there, but I just kept hearing baby cry, and I couldn't handle it. So I came in here and took the baby in and out, back and forth, giving him to Brian because I wanted to catch up on sleep, just going in and out, back and forth, and it was just crazy. And Brian's just like, dude, let him figure out his own emotions. He's a guy. Let him just like be free and cry it out. But for me, it's like if he cries it out for a few hours later, I'm not comfortable with that. I mean, he doesn't cry constantly for 4 hours. He just cries really loud for maybe a good 20 minutes. Brian picks him up for like a good 10 minutes, puts him down. He cries for another 20 minutes, and then Brian does the same cycle. So it just, I'm not digging it. So sometimes I'll just have to interfere and just pick up baby and make sure the baby's okay, put him to sleep. Brian doesn't put baby down. That's something that he feels like if baby's tired, he'll just fall asleep. And I'm like, no, it does not work that way. From doing lots of research, they say that baby has to have a schedule, and he needs to be put down at a certain time. It could be like, you know, half an hour later, earlier, or, you know, just move the time a little bit according to how he slept. So you just really got to fill him out, but make sure that he does get his naps, because if you just let him fall asleep however he wants to, he's never going to fall asleep. He's just going to pass that realm of sleep, and he's just going to be super fussy all the time, and at night he's going to have really bad sleep. So put him down even though he's not tired. Okay, if it's been 3 hours since he's been awake, then put him down. I don't care. Like, even if he has to cry it out for 20 minutes, I will let that pass. But if he cries it out for 20 minutes here, even after he had a nap, then that's not good with me. I have to like spend time with him, read to him, pick him up, walk around with him, something like that. But once he's starting to get tired here and there, and I can feel him, then put him down. But you can't just all of a sudden expect him to just, okay? That's what Brian does. He goes to bed. I literally just asked him this question. When you go to bed, what happens to your brain? Do you just shut down? He's like, yeah, what else do you do? I'm like, my brain just wanders. My brain wanders about life, what I'm going to do, how things are just going to go by so fast, and we're not going to be here for our kids in the future. It makes me sad. Like, to me, it's just we're placed on this earth for a certain amount of time, and then it's over. So then that's what goes through my brain. Like, and now I'm thinking to myself, I have some regrets that, you know, I didn't have this baby earlier, because I won't be here to experience and see his growth and his family and many generations. Like, when I look at photos of people who have like 4 generations that are still alive, I'm like, wow, I'm probably gonna just have one, because who knows what happens, and people are dying left and right here, and so sometimes I feel like I should have, you know, Brian, you should have forced me to have it. Now that I'm
not
just
too late, don't worry.
Anyways, I'm trying to say that I should have had the baby maybe 10 years prior, so I could be able to just really enjoy life and how it progresses for every generation. Anywho, I hope I'm not talking in circles, but Miss Blue Flower says, such a cutie, it's a position of another sibling. Somebody's trying to say to have another baby. Trangy says, think the towel floor is a little too slippery for him to crawl properly. How exciting he is going to be on the move soon. Yes, he is. I'm not really digging it, but Brian is. He's been training baby to sit up. So that's why baby has been sitting up a lot. And he does this thing where I'm super annoyed. Baby sits up and he pushes baby. He pushes baby so baby kind of falls, and then he thinks that's the way for baby to learn. So he pushes baby and baby's like, you know, he finds his balance and he's trying to figure it out. I'm like, if he falls, then let him figure it out, but don't intentionally push him so he can learn. And now after he's, you know, sitting up okay, Brian's actually holding him up and like trying to get him to walk. I'm like, he's only 7 months. Like, for God's sakes, let him be. Oh my God, like, he's trying to get this baby to get out of this house already. Anyways, so I don't mind if babies just slow down a little bit. Just slow down so I can just, you know, not put any stress on him. Just chill. Jeez. Fung Tran says, daddy make Ryan happy. Sure. Christmas Learn Light says, I love bamboo straws. I like sugar cane and wild grass straw. The straws is not working for me. I feel like it's starting to chip off the metal. I think it's unhealthy. Maybe I should invest in something or look into something that's more safe. We'll figure it out. Anyways, moving on to Huyn Nguyen. It's good to see Brian spending time with Scooper. Yes, Brian has been really good lately and supportive. Like, he has been trying to understand my feelings and taking care of baby here and there. There are moments where it's kind of like, what are you doing? But, you know, he's learning. He's learning and growing and trying to understand baby. And that baby is not a grown human being. He's a baby. So he needs extra love and care. All right, Sarah Chang says, the rubbers are mouth tips. Lots of people don't like the feeling of it cling to their teeth and the feeling of the metal on their mouth. I love the show, good girl. So she's talking about the straws. Yeah, the metal is kind of crazy, but maybe we'll have to scratch that. It's peeling, basically. It's not healthy. Tu Thao Nguyen says, hi, could you link your older sister Lynn channel? By the way, cute baby, don't stress on little things. Yeah, I could. I totally forgot about her, and I will definitely link her channel. I don't think she vlogs anymore. I think she's just a super lazy girl, and I think she's missing out. A lot of times her kids are super adorable, and these moments should be captured, you know. I know she's very like low-key hush-hush on, like, you know, being open about her life, but I think when it comes down to just capturing the right moments and the things that are important, then she should do it. For me, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'll say things here and there, blah, blah, blah. I document what I think is necessary, what is important, the bad, the good, the ugly, everything. But she's not comfortable with that. I am, so it's okay. But for her, I feel like she should definitely document her kids' adorableness. They are so cute, and it would be a shame and a waste to not get that on film, even for your own private reasons. She should do it. She's just lazy. Anyways, I'll link it down. The Angs. If you guys don't know, check it out. The Angs. Kaylee Wynn says, what is Ryan's sleep schedule at night now? Does he sleep through the night without feeding now? Good job on sleep training again. So, no, he still eats because he's an overweight baby, which is okay. We love him kind of like chub chunks. But he sleeps at 9 o'clock. I set that time because I feel like that's the time when he starts to get a little woozy. I follow his schedule and I follow his feelings and stuff. So I put him down at 9. He wakes up around 1 a.m. and again around maybe 4 or 5 a.m. And then for good, he wakes up around 6, 7. Okay? So it's kind of confusing. If you're a mom, you would understand that the sleeping schedule is on and off here and there, but for the most part, it's that setup. 9, 1, 4, 7. So he wakes up, and some days he'll surprise us and sleep through the whole night, like twice, really. But I feel like it's because I don't want to overfeed him when he goes to sleep. I know a lot of people say they give their babies 5 ounces so that they could sleep through the night, but my baby is different and every baby is different. And if you give him more than 3 ounces, he's going to spit up. He's a spitter and his body is trying to grow and develop and he's not quite there yet. So if I give him more than he's used to, then he's definitely going to have an issue through the night. So we deal with it and we have to feed him through the night twice. And, you know, hopefully his stomach will get better and stronger throughout the time. So, yeah. So that's how he sleeps. And then he naps at 10 or 11 a.m. for 2 hours, depending. Like sometimes he'll do 1.5 hours and then he'll sleep again around like 3 or 4 p.m. depending on his hours. Okay, some days he'll sleep 1 hour, so I have to compensate and, you know, make him sleep more for the second nap. So yeah, sometimes it's 2 naps, sometimes it's 3, and if it's 3 naps, I'll let him sleep around 5 p.m. for a good 40 minutes, like a cat nap. Like he needs to sleep. That's it. If he didn't get his 4 hours in the day, we have to compensate here and there, minus, subtract, what we gotta do to balance out his schedule. I know Brian's like, oh, you always violate the baby's sleeping schedule, but I'm like, dude, he has to sleep. Yes, he has to take his naps, but if he doesn't take it, and we have to go with the flow. Like if he doesn't take it, we have to compensate and move it towards the other, minus, subtract here and there. You know what I mean. Sue James says, Ryan's so cute. I love you. Mỗi ngày đều đợi video clip của Ryan. If you want to watch Ryan, then he has his own channel and you can check him out there. You can check out my description box and he has his own YouTube, so you can watch him there. But if you want to watch him with us, then we're here. So, Mr. Cook TV says, baby so cute, thank you. Happy Mess says, you convinced me. To be honest, I'm a first-time mom juggling between student and working. I feel like as soon as I get home, I'm pinned to the wall because of breast pumping. Screw that. I love your makeup, by the way. So this is referring to my LV pump review. So if you're one of the moms that are on the go, then LV pump is very important and worth the investment for sure. The pump that is the Haka pump, it's nice, but to get the full pump, get the LV pump or the Willow. But I chose LV because it has its own container and it can pump more ounces. So that's why we went with the LV pump instead. Baohanzi says, can you post all the recipes of what you cook, please? I've been looking for cooking inspo and wanted to know how you made those crab cakes. Thank you. Okay, so the crab cakes that I made the other day, which were super bomb, is from Buzz Tasty. Check out Buzz Tasty's app and look up crab cakes. It's so easy, super yummy, and yeah, happy cooking during this quarantine craziness time. All right, Gabby S says, oh man, I can't wait to get back to Kelly to get some 7 Leaves tea. 7 Leaves tea is bomb, and it's too far, but we'll have to wait until this whole pandemic is over so we can get some goodness. But Linda Wong says, try giving baby food on the tray. Helps him with his motor skills, even with the Gerber puffs. He learns how to pick up and put it in his mouth. So I've been doing that, and he's been picking it up and doing this. He doesn't know where the puffs went. Like, it just disappeared, and he's like, he puts it in his face. So he hasn't figured out where it went, but we'll definitely keep training him for sure. Panda55C says, there's pros and cons to tofu. It's very high in calcium and protein. However, it's still considered processed food due to the coagulation part and soybean juice and some preservations from shelf life. Tofu, I think, it's fine. It's food. We'll just let him taste it out, and I'm sure there's other foods out there that will help him grow taller. Let it be. You know, let him eat everything and figure out what is right and what's wrong with him. Panda55C says, Toffee is German chocolate, but Toffee is US chocolate. Toffee was sold to hundreds of countries in 2016. Still good. Love that chocolate. Maybe because it's kind of like something that I remember my cousin by, because he was one of those guys where I treasure. I feel like he was my long lost brother. Moving on to Lady Bethany. Your baby is freaking cute. His eyes get me every time. Love that you're productive every single day. Love you and your personality. Thank you so much. We try our best. These past couple days I've been trying to cut back on cooking because Brian complains he eats too much. He gains weight. Everyone complains there's too much food, so I stopped, and now they're complaining there's not enough food. So now we have to find a balance between too much, too less, and right in between. So we'll try our best. Steve Lee says, dang, BK is loud. Did you hear that, Brian? Mm. So my husband buys 10 of these super expensive AirPods, and every single time he has a meeting, he never uses it. This was one of the things that drove me nuts with my parents. They constantly listen to their Christian channel out loud. And that bothered me so much because in my head, it was always about, you're not practicing what you're preaching. So let me help you out so we can find a balance in this household by buying you AirPods. And they never used it. It drove me nuts. And psychologically, it just really bothered me. So now, with Brian and his work, I feel like he needs to start doing it, because I will definitely go crazy when I hear all his meetings, all his ups and downs. It's like a stock market. Sometimes his meetings go good, go down, his jobs, waste here and there. It's just a lot of things that I'm hearing left and right, and I don't want to hear that stuff, like out of sight, out of mind. So I'm trying to get Brian to use these AirPods, and he has just not been doing it. He says he has to keep the meetings on speaker because he has to work at the same time. But I'm like, dude, this is so easy. You just take it out, plop it in your ears, and call it a day. We will work on that for sure. We definitely will. Nyan Fam says, so cute. Thank you so much. Tristone says, coupon code not working. So this is referring to the Taco Bell coupon code the other day, or Del Taco. It was working during the night. Maybe there was like an load of people trying to get the coupon or whatnot, but it was working at like 2 a.m., something like that. Kathy Tran says, it's more painful when the canines and the molars come out. As of now, he should be okay unless there's a fever from teething. So he's okay, and from what I read is that babies don't get fevers from teething. It's just one of those things that people think it is, but it's not. His temperature might rise, but that doesn't result in fever. And it's because he's just fussy and just all that craziness. But yeah, I'm not happy with him getting his canines or molars because I know for sure he's going to be extra fussy. I know that my sister's kids, Olivia and Evelyn, when they grew out their teeth, they were just like growing with ease. I don't know if they're like monsters, but Ryan has been super fussy, and you know, it's okay. We'll have to just deal with his situation. I don't want to see him in pain, but one of those things where you just have to let him ride it out. Serena Vu says, thanks for vlogging for us to watch every day. Thank you for watching and joining our journey. Really appreciate your time. I know that you guys have a lot to do in your days, and if you take a few minutes out of your time, like even sometimes when I vlog, I feel like I'm vlogging too long and I'm wasting your time. I don't want to do too much, and so I'll do like a good 5 minutes, and then there are people who are saying it's not long enough. So I'm trying to figure out what's the good time limit of, you know, the vlog. So I don't want to bore you, and I want to, like, you know, yeah. I hope you kind of get what I'm saying. Sarah Chang says, try to teach baby sign language so you color and communicate with the baby. So I kind of know a little bit of sign language because my sister taught her kids. Like, I know this is milk, and I know this is more, and then this is water, eat, or something like that. That's all my kids, my sister's kids learn. So maybe I'll look into it. But so far, I kind of sit there and watch him like a hawk all day, and I can really communicate with him and see what he really wants just by looking at him and feeling him out. Lala TT3 says, try stainless steel or other metal straws. They're easy to clean and good for the environment. So like I said, the metal straws are not working. They're starting to peel off in the dishwasher. It's bad. It's just, hold on, let me show you. So here it is, the straws. And there was one of them that we used because we haven't used, like right here, this one. See, it is definitely starting to, here, we're gonna try to balance this. See that? It's starting to peel off in the dishwasher, and I don't know if it's like bad and I'm drinking this stuff, but look, Brian, do you see it?
I told you right when you bought it. I'm gonna do that shit.
Yeah, like...
alright, then throw it away. I don't want to drink it.
Yeah, like it's starting to...
Paint. Yeah.
The paint is starting to come off.
Throw it away. You are drinking it. It's going somewhere.
Sarah Chang says, he's growing up so fast. Not stay small. He starts to walk. Yeah, he is. He's just too much. Which makes me really sad because I really want to keep him that small. And Brian's just like, I want him to grow and walk and play with me, and I just let him become a manager of our company. And I'm like, rude. Tita says, oh my god, baby's so adorable. Kelly Pham says, love it. Thank you so much. Nicole says, hi, Min, what brand is the dishwasher? Thank you in advance. Brian?
Whirlpool?
Whirlpool. We got it from
Home Depot?
Home Depot, yeah. Chell Bell says, did you get the marinade container on Amazon? If so, can you send the link? Thank you. Okay, yes, I did get it in on Amazon, and I will definitely link my Amazon storefront below, and that's where all my recommendation, the products that I like, is on that link. So happy shopping. Lenny Harrington says, she's kind of grouchy and annoying and could use a facial. Skin's pretty messed up. So yeah, I am grouchy and I am annoying. I do admit that. And yeah, my face is pretty fucked up. That's what he actually said. I actually tried to censor it, but I said it anyway. So this is referring to my vlog when I was pregnant a long time ago. Of course, pregnancy is something that's difficult, and especially in my mentality back in the day where I didn't want to have kids and I had issues with my family. It just made me just all around a grouchy person, and this is just who I am. I vlog my life, the good, the bad, the ugly. So Take it or leave it. Violet Bell says baby proof everywhere. So we are doing that slowly but surely, but most of the time I'm keeping a real close eye on him, like real close. For sure, we're gonna look into a lot of things. We're new parents, so there's so many options, so many products out there that's, you know, crazy, and we have to figure out if we need it or not. Kelly Nguyen says, I didn't know Costco had bone-in short ribs. Maybe not at the Garden Grove location. Oh my God. I was so excited to see it. Like, they're starting to have everything Asian. The bone-in short ribs, the pork belly, the ones that you steam and you cut up for like spring rolls and, you know, roll it. They have oxtail. It's super surprising, and I was super excited to get it because it was vacuum sealed and it's easy to store in the frozen area in my fridge or marinate it, you know, a certain portion. So very convenient. You can check around. I mean, I was looking around every single aisle in Costco. Like, I was just like seeing what should I get. And I saw it and I was just super excited. Tan H. Kim says, you might want to take those picture frames above the cribs. No? Take down. In case of earthquakes. The frames are like pretty much set on the walls. When people put frames up, they put one dot here and then they hang it. And then it kind of shakes here and there. I feel like when my dad was here, he hung up the frames or the mirrors and basically was just like solid bar stuck. It's not going anywhere. Like, it's solid. So that's my understanding of it, and we're comfortable with it. And that's where we put the Wise Cam so we can see him clearly at night. So I think he should be good. Tivu says, oh my gosh, I sneeze exactly like you. It's a skill. So I honestly thought it was a skill at first, but Brian did some research and he said that if you sneeze that way, you're actually damaging your brain, because when you sneeze, you're supposed to expel all that germs, all that craziness.
Your throat.
Yeah, all that throat. But when you're keeping it in and like, then you're actually squeezing the pressure back into your brain, and it's actually damaging
into your throat.
Into your throat?
Yeah.
And it's damaging to your health. So do not, for the life of you, sneeze like how I sneeze. So I just learned that, and I've been trying to sneeze out, but it's been difficult because naturally I just go, you know, and keep it in. But when I sneeze out, I don't even know where to sneeze, because I don't like it on my clothes. I don't like it on the air. I don't like it anywhere. So I have to find a tissue somewhere. I could put it in my pocket, but it's kind of weird. I always make fun of those teachers who put tissues in their pockets, and now it's kind of like I might have to keep one in my pocket. Anyways, we'll figure something out, but definitely try to sneeze properly. You don't want to hurt yourself. Lay Bethany says, I always loved your house. What's wrong with this house, admin? Why isn't it the house you wanted to spend the rest of your life here? Like I said, this house was forced upon me to purchase. I can't say forced because in the end I agreed to the terms. But when my parents went through a financial crisis, they wanted to have a big house. It had to be a certain square footage, certain yada yada yada. And Brian was like trying to be helpful and support my parents because they're older. And of course I have this, you know, tension with them. So I'm always just kind of like either pulled one way or the other way. So we made the decision to buy this house in order to cater to my parents' needs. And, you know, there's so many things that bother. In general, this house has just brought a lot of bad memories, and I have to just get over it and think of it as it's just a house. It's just a building, and you just get over certain things that are not worth your time and your brain cells. So I'm trying my best. Last year, a couple years ago, 10 years ago, I don't know, it just has been building up for years. And now that I'm a little bit older, I'm trying to think what's best for a baby and put my feelings aside about this situation. So this house is not my dream house, but I think it's definitely something that Ryan needs he needs to explore. He needs to just be, you know, well-rounded and have a place to just roam, basically. LA is not that spot, and so we decided to be here instead. It's important for his health. That's all. At the end of the day, it's about my baby. Tito says, baby kung, oila kung. Thank you so much. Nia Tran says, can we get a house tour? The house looks very big and really nice. Yeah, I can give you a house tour whenever lights out. Right now it's pretty dark, so we'll do that when everyone is kind of awake. Jen in the city says, I always was curious why you prefer to stay in the apartment and not the house, but I figured it was cozier and more manageable with less to clean and maintain. It makes sense that you would go back to the house during the quarantine so the baby has more space. Yeah, the LA house was a way for me to escape from my parents for a moment. I was basically suffocating in this house and I needed to get a breather, and Brian suggested that we can go to LA, and also it's good for his business so he wouldn't have to drive back and forth. So we moved out there. We let my parents stay here and just do whatever they want, minus the stuff that I mentioned. And it was good. I got my breather for a moment, but in the end, like I said, once you bury something in your life for so long and you try to escape it, it's always going to come back, and you just have to deal with it heads on. So we escaped to LA, and in the end we are back here, and we had to deal with the hurricane, the drama in our family, and now a new chapter in our life. It is easier to manage the apartment, but it definitely does not make sense in this time, and for the sake of our baby, like I said earlier, we should definitely be here so that he can just roam. More space. Shelly Haas says, I used to live in LA a long time ago and still love LA, but living costs now is expensive, super expensive. It's not even like reasonable, it's like crazy. But then I talked to my friend Steve and I realized that up north, it's even crazier. So there you have it. Mary Schneider says, great decision on moving back to your house and saving money during this pandemic. Yeah, I think it's important to try to minimize everything during this time. Min Davis official says, hi Min, I have a question. Would you know anyone who has a version of Heal the World by Michael Jackson? By the way, I love your vlogs. Keep it up and stay safe. Best wishes. I don't know anyone who has that. You can probably ask Don Fee. I think he would, in a sense. Yeah. Alyssa Nguyen says, why are you so lazy to cook? Tran Dang in response says, what's wrong with that? Everyone has different talents and hobby. Some cooks good, some don't. Also, you can support local restaurants. Thank you for answering for me. Fung Tran says, Brian is a great dad. He does everything as handyman. Brian's so cute. Brian is definitely a good role model and a great person. As a dad, he's learning and he has to soften a little bit for baby, because even though baby's a boy, it doesn't mean you just have to just rough him up. He's still a baby, so you have to give him a little bit of love, tender care, okay? TLC. Is it 5 yet? Says, you might want to get a net for the staircase. We had the same stairs and the baby was able to squeeze her head out sideways. Okay, so I thought about getting a net for the staircase, but we measured his head in the staircase and underneath the gate, and his head is way too big. He's no way gonna get his head through the stair. Like, he was already big in my womb. He's big now. He's in the 85 percentile for the head, which probably explains why he's overweight. Who knows? But his head is not getting through that railing, sideways or not. He is just, yeah, that's it. But we are going to change the gate for sure, because just for cautious reason, his head can't go through, but his body can. So that's the biggest problem. For the railings, his body is still, you know, not able to go through, like how underneath the gate. Steve Lee says, who's talking in the background at the end? Steve, don't be a smart pants now, okay? I'm not gonna deal with you, okay? It's your birthday. I'm trying to be nice to you, so hush him. My boo boo Steve's birthday is April 22, so wish him luck. happiness and whatnot. Shay B says, what see-through clear playpen is one in your bedroom? So that one is by Clearly Love Pets. You can go get it there. It's for pets. They recommend it for pets only, not for baby, but I feel like it's because they are a company for pets and that they have to say that in case they get sued for certain reasons. But we've had it for like a good, I don't know, a couple months, and he's been pretty good in it. I feel like a pet would definitely, you know, have more pressure on it than a baby would, but who knows? I could be wrong, but I'm hopeful that he's going to be contained for the amount of time that I need him to be, and then we can graduate him to something else. Use with caution, okay? Faith Lynn Rose says, exactly. Your hubby is right. Let him sleep. You need to rest while he's sleeping. Okay, it's good for you. No, I can't sleep because baby sleeps on his face, like heads down and tummy. So it's hard for me to sleep, and also I have all these things roaming in my brain that I can't sleep. So cheers, okay? That's the only thing. The only time that I can actually sleep is a little bit of wine, a little bit of alcohol, then I can sleep good. But I don't want to be like depending on alcohol every single day. I'll do it. I've been trying to slow down because I want to be able to breastfeed my baby without any problems. I feel like I do wait a certain amount of time, like for the alcohol to pass my system, but I feel like if I do it every single day, it's just not healthy for me as a person, my body and my well-being. So I try to slow down and just do it on the weekends, or some days when I'm desperate like today, then I just go for it. So yeah. Paulina says, I love your voice. Thank you. Baby love ya 01 says, I have a 16-month-old boy, so I totally understand. It's good to have a schedule, but sometimes we need to go with the flow. If your baby wants to sleep, then just let him sleep for another 30 minutes. You are doing an amazing job. Keep it up, mama. Yeah, I'll let him sleep for another 30 minutes if it's early in the day, but when it's towards the end of the night, no, he cannot sleep. So he has to stay awake for at least a good 2 or 3 hours before I put him down. If he's not, then it's going to be a problem. So early in the day, sleep more. Towards the end of the night, sleep less so that he can sleep through the night. That's just how I see it. Everyone's different. Tell Bell says, Ryan is a singer like you and Min. I hope so. But I don't mind him being an engineer as well, because I'm unemployed right now and Brian is essential. Miss Blue Flowers says, everyone raised in so many different environments and different types of parents. We can only try to make the best out of it. That's all. Yes, definitely. Every person, every family, whatnot is different, and you just gotta see if it's right for your life and if you want to make it part of it. So thank you everyone for joining me and giving me some good advice. I don't mind advice, so just, you know, be welcome to just leave what you can, as long as it's constructive and something that's helpful, something that would be something I don't know, you know, like just to educate me a little bit. But yeah, like I said, open to that. If you're gonna be snarky and just rude and just, if you just don't like me in general, then just don't bother, because I don't want to deal with it. And if you are going to push it, then I'm going to have to block. Okay, I've said that before, so that's the deal. And definitely try my best to respond. I know these past couple days have been like delayed because I have just been so busy and tired and just trying to quarantine and cook and all that stuff, and baby has definitely been keeping us busy. It's a good thing, because sometimes he wears me out and I can sleep, and other times I can't. So it's a good balance. All right, so it's about 2:32 a.m. A good 50 minutes of me responding. I'm probably gonna call this a chit chat session, because I feel like it's a long one. It's about 50 minutes and I don't want to waste your time. So right guys, try to sleep and clear my mind. Good night. Toodles.